Hello, got a St. Errant beer, and this one is brewed in canned in Naperville at Noon Whistle. I got different cans that were brewed in a different town, a different place. They didn't say what company, but maybe they have their own spot now. So this is called Times in Torrent by St. Errant, double dry hopped IPA. It's 7.5%, so pretty strong. And it uses only Nelson Sauvignon hops. Haven't had this one before. They do re-brew beers, but it seems like a lot of them, they don't make them, more than once a year or once every 2 years. Yeah, they don't make a lot of beers. They seem to release like once a month or so. And this one was canned a little under a month ago. Like, they posted on Instagram June 28th, and now it's July 27th. So let's jump into it. Yeah, I wish they would put the canning dates on their beers, but they do post on Instagram about them when they come out. And since they don't rebrew them so often, it's kind of easy, but it's kind of easy to figure out how old they are, but you have to pay attention to Instagram. So here we go. St. Errant, I like more than most Chicago hazy IPA brewers. Not necessarily because they have the best head and they're like the nicest feel necessarily, but because they aren't extremely estery and sweet like so many Chicago area hazy IPA brewers where they just make them really sweet. Hop Butcher isn't that sweet, but places like Moore and Phase 3, they're very ester forward beers and very sweet. I mean, they're pretty good, I think, and well made, but just not what I'm crazy about. So there you go. I'm getting some good aromas on this one already. Guess I should do it like this so you can get the light better. And it's very hazy, quite pale, and the head is not super great. You can see big bubbles in there. They're not going to last for too long, probably. But I've seen a lot worse heads on hazy IPAs. That smells really good. Lots and lots of Nelson. There aren't a lot of esters getting in the way. Not a lot of big yeast notes. There's a hint of a bubblegummy thing in there. But mostly juicy white grape. People say gooseberry. I'm not sure. I need to have a gooseberry. It seems like a lot of people say that Nelson has a gooseberry quality, but I feel like gooseberries are like pale yellowish, pale orange berries, I think. So maybe they're a little bit more like grapey a bit. And they also some people say that like there's a diesely note. That's what they sort of like the green dank quality in this is. But I've always said, and if you've watched a lot of my videos, maybe you're annoyed, but I think Nelson almost always gives me this fresh cut sort of jalapeno green quality to it. It's just like a little bit spicy, a little bit cooling, a little bit of a fresh green chlorophyll type thing. Yeah, this one's getting, it's quite a bit of like the bubble gum. It's not exactly Belgian IPA, but I am noticing that quite a bit. A little sweet, but lots of Nelson popping in this one. I guess this is why I like St. Errant, because it's very, very hoppy, very big aromas. Mostly clean. I've never had a beer from them that like had weird off flavors or medicinal qualities. I don't think. I only drink their beer, I guess two times a year. I get their beers. And heads died down on this. We have some lacing though. The feel is a little bit bubbly, a little bit coarse. And oh yeah, it is getting some sort of vanilla cream sort of sweetness. Yeah, this one is maybe seeming a little bit sweeter than I'm used to from St. Errant. but it's just so voluminously hoppy. Like, this is not the kind of IPA that you give to someone who doesn't like all kinds of IPAs. And that's why a lot of people love the sweeter, estery, more soft ones, because they're just so different from your West Coast style. This one has a little bit of a bite to it. It's a little bit sharp. It's got a teeny bit of throat burn. But I just like how they bring out the big, straight hoppy notes. Despite there being a little bit of this vanilla cream bubblegummy thing. But the carb's a little bit bubbly. It's got some bite to it. If they could smooth that out, then they'd be on par with some of my favorite hazy IPA brewers. But it's always nice to try it. It's a little bit different from stuff I've had from other places. They have kind of their own style. And this one has been sitting on the shelf at Binny's for a month, and it's like explosive aroma. There's no oxidation. It's probably, it hasn't been refrigerated the whole time. And it's just seems very fresh. And that's what I really love about a lot of these hazy IPAs. Just give me a big bang of hops. But then make it somewhat drinkable. Like, there's not too much throat burn. There aren't a lot of weird off flavors that are getting covered up. Pardon me. It's mainly just the carb and the feel that are not perfect. And it has the spicy, dank quality. I feel like you're just really getting the full Nelson experience. And I didn't mean to say full Nelson. And honestly, I'm not really getting any big booze notes at 7.5%. It'll be interesting to try their other one that I got that's made at a different brewery and see how it's different, because this is Noon Whistle. Noon Whistle style is a little different. They have the whole gummy hazy IPA series, which I've gotten before and they're pretty good. I could return to them, but there are just too many hazy IPAs to try them all. With this one, it would get more than a 4.25 if it was just a little bit more pleasant of a feel and overall drinking experience, but I love the Nelson quality that's given out. That's it. Bye.